I'm gonna be honest. Someone feels haunted by you. They have like they get these waves of thinking about how this relationship ended for them, and they feel it very strongly, very powerfully. I don't know if at some point in the relationship you said that you were going to haunt them, but that term and that phrasing specifically is coming through. I have the Ace of Wands and the Chariot here. This is how they are feeling towards you right now in this current moment. Also, you can check out Astra. They have a tarot card interpreter where you can plug cards in like the Ace of Wands and the Chariot and give it the context of the question you asked, and it will give you a detailed description of what that means in the context of the question. It's a really cool feature and worth checking out. There's so many different kinds of questions you can ask. And then I have your energy over here with the Seven of Pentacles. So the way that you're feeling towards this person, it's like all of this work that you put into someone just for them to vanish. So I kind of want to get into the basis of what happened in this connection between the two. Why did this connection end? Because it's just like this like overwhelming energy of nostalgia and melancholy. I feel like you could be picking up on this too. We have the Knight of Cups and then the Three of Swords. King of Swords. I feel like what I'm picking up on is that this person felt very hurt by you in this connection. I don't know if that's justified, but this is their perspective. It's this energy of like they kept trying to show up for you and they kept feeling like they just weren't either being met. And so they started to withdraw. They started to get really cold. They started to set a lot more boundaries with you. And they kind of like disconnected from their emotions and they started to intellectualize the relationship and communicate how like critique you essentially. Like it was a lot of critique going on. And what happened on the collective side? You were trying to balance your life in this connection. I feel like it was this energy of like you felt like this relationship was taking up a lot of your emotional space and your energy here, but it's like you really did have a lot of love for this person. Like you kept, I feel like, trying to fix it, trying to heal it, trying to figure out like how can I balance like your needs and how I can meet you where you're at versus what I want and my needs. And it seems like it kind of just like no matter how hard you tried to meet this person, it just was never enough kind of thing. And they kept being like you kept hurting them in the sense of like it's so interesting. You kept hurting them in the sense of like you kept holding your boundaries to things that they wanted that didn't necessarily align with you, but you were willing to like work on them or come to a compromise, and your compromise was not enough for them. There's this energy of the High Priestess thing. I feel like you knew this connection was going to end. Or it was like you were being like kind of guided away from this, and maybe that's why, and they could sense that. It's almost like they didn't feel like they were worthy of you. Like you kept elevating, or like you knew yourself so well. They didn't feel like they could fit in your world, or they didn't feel like they could meet you where you were at. And so they tried to put all the blame on you, essentially. I think that they know this wasn't true, but yeah, you were trying to see what all of your options were. You wanted to see how you could explore your life and what direction to go. You were very open about how your life could go, and this person wasn't. They weren't willing to compromise on how you spent your life together. And so it kind of puts you at this blockage or this impassage of like, okay, well, if you're not willing to compromise on the things we want in the future, there's not really a lot for me to do here. And so it's like you kind of were just met with this wall of like, there's, okay, you know? So let's ask, why is this energy resurfacing? And because to me, it's seeming like this person really wants to reach out here. There's unfinished conflict between the two of you, unfinished words. I feel like there's a lot of pent-up anger or aggression. I think honestly held on both sides. And then there's also this energy of like being sneaky behind your back. So it's this person really feels haunted by you. There's two fives here. I have the Five of Swords and I have the Five of Wands. 555. Big change. This person feels like they can't move on from you until they address what they did wrong in this relationship, because there was also like they know they caused conflict, they know they hurt you intentionally because they were hurt, but they didn't know how to express that hurt to you. It feels kind of like this ended very coldly. And you were in this energy of like holding out hope that it could get better, carrying, I feel like, all of the emotional weight, all of the passion, all of the spark on this relationship on your back, being like, I know it can get better, please. Like, I know we can come. If you could just like get your mind right, we could work this out. I don't understand why you're being so hard, but their trauma, their blocks, their ego all got in the way of that. And I feel like this is a realization that they are currently having. And so if you're getting hit with these waves, maybe late at night, of memories of this person, or like, I don't know, like you get like an influx of like these kind of tarot readings essentially. It's because this person, you have this energetic link, right? And every time they flare up or get heavy in their emotionals and their feels about you, you can sense it, and you also do too. Sometimes they're not connected, all right? It's not always, but a lot of the time it's a mirror. Okay, and so what is the advice? Is this person going to reach out to collective? Yeah. Yeah. And also threes are significant. So 1 to 3 weeks, 1 to 3 days. I have the Ace of Pentacles. That's an offer. This is some kind of offer, some kind of stability, something of like an inquiry of like, how are you doing? Are you okay? How's everything going? Trying to inquire about how things happen. Not necessarily, you know, it's kind of like they want to know what's going on in your life. They want to know what your plans are. What are you doing? Okay, something along those lines. And what's the advice for this? Ace of Swords. Speak your truth only. Live in your truth. Do you want to reinitiate it? What would you get from contacting or re-engaging with this person? If you have things left unsaid, say them. But if you don't feel like that would be beneficial, if this person wasn't good for you, if this person was malicious in any kind of way, not worth doing that, all right? So it really does depend. I don't want to encourage something that could be harmful to you. So always keep that in the back of your head. Please only take what resonates. Don't try to make the message fit, but this is very real. So I hope this message helped. You got this. Keep going. And don't forget to check out Astra to see what the tarot cards mean for you personally. All right. I love you. Bye.